Right, War 2 of the season. Before we get into it, our last win, the Lions, we versed. The name was called Wild Child, so yeah, GG to them. 26-6, pretty decent result. So GG to the boys. And yeah, we're moving on to our next war. We're reversing Cohesion New Vision, also known as EVO. The bands are Nico, Bastion, and Triple Skill Band, Crossbones, KP, and Morman, which I don't even know what's happening there, but alright then. And yeah, for our team, we are bringing Dazzler, Wags, and Okoye. It's gonna be a pretty short war since we're not taking like too many fights, but the fights that we are taking, they they are gonna be pretty clinical. So we have to be at our A game for those. And those fights we're taking are Nico on 25 and 34 Modok. And then for our mini, we will be taking Bullseye on node 49. So yeah, those are the three fights we have to be taking. And yeah, hopefully we have a good war. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay, so Dazzler v Nico on Thorns. I wouldn't say this fight didn't go too bad. Like, generally, I felt pretty good about this fight. So, yeah, starting off the fight by going in for some parries and, yeah, trying to stall out the buff immunity. But, yeah, she whiffs a heavy. And, yeah, that's how I get the poison. Not the end of the world because she's not going to get buff immunity anymore since we're not going to push her to SB2. So, yeah, you can see we're trying to get our reparries in, just trying to build up our tempo, get the perfect release on the SB1, and then from here, we're just going to keep comboing. And I think here we bait a special. Yeah, we bait her special one. Yep, if you do. And yeah, helps build us some more tempo. And then from here, we just play nice and slow, build up to SB2. You can see we have the energy vulnerability. So we combo into Relic and get the Dazzling Dash, and then we go into SB2. Right there, I did throw a bit too early, but it was not the end of the world since the SB2 was overkill and yeah, wipes her out completely. So yeah, not too bad of a fight, if I do say so myself. And yeah, we move on to the next one, which is Modok in on node 34. So yeah, we're gonna take this fight with Okoye, and yeah, we do have Wags pre-fight for this fight since it helps us get the passive stun, and yeah, we don't have to bother doing some reparries. So yeah, that was pretty nice to have, and as well since Okoye is a hero champ, we do have that attack bonus, extra attack rating. So I guess it's not too bad. But there, I backed out just to ensure the Wags pre-fight was on because sometimes it can glitch and yeah, it doesn't apply. So I just had to double check to reassure myself that Wag's pre-fight was stuck on the defender. So yeah, the fight starts off and yeah, we build our ensnare by clearing the decks, and then from here we can just go in for some combos and yeah, try to nuke. We do have to be careful of Modok's auto block that comes every now and then since we don't want to get reparried. And ideally we stick to only bait SB1s. Not that we can't beat the SB2s, but SB1s are much simpler to deck, so just a simple straight decks. Like there's no need for me to force myself to punish SB2 when I can just bait SB1 and it's like makes life so much easier. So yeah, but yeah, you can see he's just melting. Like generally, I don't know why Modok even plays there when it should really be a skill charm like Zemo, Kingpin, Chill, or like even Mantis. But yeah, easy fight goes down in under a minute. So yeah, that's Modok. And for our final fight, which we will be taking, is Bullseye on node 49, Stun Reflection, Brute Force. So yeah, I'm taking this with Okoye. So I'd say this fight it did go a bit sideways because he was playing a bit iffy, and yeah, I wasn't getting much openings, but all in all, we did manage to nuke the fight, and that's what matters. So yeah, you can just see like yeah, he's been a bit stingy, and like now I'm taking a bit of damage from brute force, but eventually we get our own snare up, we get an opening, and yeah, our debuffs are starting to put in some work to help gain us power. And yeah, since we have the ensnare, he ain't gonna be dexing or like sneaky evades, but we do have to be careful of his special attacks since they can hit you hard, pretty hard. So yeah, we punch the SB2, isn't too bad. There he has the evade on cooldown, which isn't too bad. And yeah, we just go in, start mashing him. Debuffs are pretty much cooking from Polka Dot, giving us the power. And yeah, going for the SB1, get the stand up, which is very nice. Like there, I could have probably went Relic into heavy, but I don't want to risk it because sometimes Okoye's heavy could push to red sometimes, or gives them a chunk of power. But other than that, pretty easy fight. It goes down, and yeah. And yeah, that concludes our second war. So all in all, pretty good fights. They weren't. I wouldn't say they were too bad. And yeah, we got solos all around. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, share, and yeah, hope to see you in the next one. Peace out and GG's.